Right, hello everyone, welcome to Scotland Shire. We're back in Leistellenspiel.de. I apologise for being quite rambly in the GTA 5 video. I'm very much not used to doing these videos anymore, having not done them for like a year and a bit. So I'm kind of, it's quite brain intensive trying to think of what to say while saying it, while playing, while doing several other things. I'm not very good at multitasking, so yeah, it's fine. We're where we need to be now. So we're back in Scotland for around. So this is going to be the second video of today. And we're in Leistellenspiel.de. Now, normally, as you may have figured from the GTA video, I'm not very prepared for these. So normally I like to have them come in one at a time, and then treat them as they come. But at the moment, we've actually got a full set of calls. So let's assume that we've just taken over from a dispatcher who's not very good at their job and hasn't actually sent anything out to anything. So at the moment, we need to prioritize, and I've been through the list of calls that I haven't translated. So those of you who remember from Leistellenspiel videos of past, I started creating these graphic kits, and you can even see that here where there's no graphics compared to the stations that do have graphics. There's the sort ones, there's the fire stations, Coast Guard, etc. So the graphics are definitely not all complete. So basically, I have a system in place here which is a reflection of the system as makes sense to me in the context of this game. It is not a real 999 system because I have no idea how dispatchers do anything. Anyway, first thing we're going to do is have a look for any priority 3 calls, which are red 3 is the highest grade of calls that I have. And I'm actually not seeing any. So let's identify the red 2. So red 2 is a house fire up in Stirling. So for that, we're probably going to go ahead and deploy. I can't even remember Stirling station number. So let's come off this. Stirling is M01. And we're going to have to deploy from somewhere else. So we'll do Cumbernauld, Falkirk, and Stirling. So DO4, LO4, and MO1 is what we're looking for. So house fire is going to be M01P1, L04P1, and D04P1. That should do us for the moment. We'll get the nearest officer here. I'm not going to waste time doing that. And we'll get the nearest police and an ambulance, so we'll deploy those. So those resources are now deployed. As you can see, they're now occupied. Okay, fine. So that's that one sorted. Next on our priority list is going to be 2 from here. So we've got a lorry crash into a supermarket, which probably isn't the most... It's urgent, but I think the petrol station fire, I think that's the only other one there. Yeah, we're good. So we're going to focus on the petrol station fire at... here. So this is probably going to be... This is going to be an interesting one. So we want Marionville, and I think we're probably going to get both ones from Marionville. So Marionville's KO3, isn't it? Yeah, KO3. God, I can't even remember my own damn stuff. So, Marionville, KO3P... KO3P1 and Hazmat 1, which is going to be there. We'll grab a couple of police units to keep the scene under control. So we still need 3 more pumps. We're going to get 3 more pumps from McDonald Road and New Craig Hall. So that's... Wait, hang on, I've got to check. So KO4 and KO2. Right, that's fine. It's been so long since I've done this that I don't even remember the stations. Right, so we're going to do KO4... KO4P1 and R1, which is Rescue 1, just in case it is needed. So we've got the hazardous, the incident response unit, which is there because it's petrol, which is a hazardous substance. And we need 2 more pumps, so we're going to require KO2... Where are they? KO2... P1 and P2. I need to get rid of P3 because they don't have a 3rd pump anymore, and we're going to get an officer as well to the scene. So that should hopefully be everybody. So we've now got instigated a response here. Police are on the way because I've not set up their units properly, but they should be responding in a few seconds. Marionville has just turned out of their station, and the other units are going to follow shortly. So we're going to have a lorry crashed into a supermarket as well. So we'll grab the police and we'll grab an ambulance and a doctor just in case that they are needed. We'll deploy those units just now, and we'll have a visit. So it's right in the centre of town on Lothian Road. So this will be Tollcross, which is responding. So they're going to respond with 3 units. So it's going to be KO7P1, KO7P2. They don't have a P3 anymore, so that needs to change. Fine. Oh, is that all I need? Probably going to need heavy rescue, so we're going to need the officer from Tollcross, which is going to be OK07. Who's got my nearest heavy rescue unit? We'll try the K's. God, I can't even remember where the second tower. So there's actually been a huge difference since I left. In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to deploy. We're going to deploy the military because it's a lorry and they usually require the crane. So what we'll do is we'll make use of the Royal Logistical Corps, which is based at Dreghorn Barracks. It's probably not actually based at Dreghorn Barracks, but it's the only army barracks that I really know of. So I based them there for absolutely. For absolutely no good reason. So they're going to go and do stuff there. Yeah, so one of the big changes that's happened is, I'm on the wrong street, is Site Hill Station. So at the moment I've basically given these guys 1 pump, which is correct, 2 pumps, which is correct, and then an ARP, which is an aerial rescue pump, which is a pump that has pumping units, and it also has a height appliance built on the top of it as well. They've actually got rid of this and they've now got a heavy rescue unit, so I need to replace this at some point. But this is about gameplay rather than kind of getting all the units set up. So we'll sort this. We'll sort this at a later time. So we've now got enough units going to all the major incidents. So yes, fine. So we'll start sorting other things. So priority blue 1, which is the middlemost column, burning hedge. Glasgow isn't set up, so I'm just going to use a quick deploy menu. We'll get Bishop Brig pumps to respond. Down in the south we've got an injured person, so we'll get one of the Hoik ambulances to respond to them and see what is what. Let's hear again there. And we've got a skull injury in Gala Shields, so we'll get Gala Shields ambulance and then the nearest available rapid response unit to come and deal with that. So that's those ones done. There's nothing up north because there's no stations up north. So that's all fine and good. So this one is low priority, and now we've got more. So let's just work our way inside. So we've got another spinal injury at Newbridge, so that's going to be an ambulance from either Livingston or Peffer Mill, and one of the SORT paramedics can probably come out and deal with that. So we've got SORT, and yes, I was right, it was Livingston is the closest unit to respond. We'll do the ones that have icons first, because I have to try and work out the bloody German otherwise. So we'll just kind of do it like that. Another spinal injury here, so we'll get again the nearest unit. So we'll have somebody from Preston Pan's ambulances, and we'll have a doctor come out. I could probably change the system for the way that they come out. Out in Dalkeith, we've got a burning trailer, so let's go ahead and get JO1. Is it JO1? Is that right? JO1P1, JO1L1. What's L? L. Well, L's a boat, isn't it? Yeah, right, that's fine. So we'll do that. So Dalkeith's pump is now going to turn out to the burning trailer in the centre of Dalkeith. We've got a fall from a height in... Where is this? So we'll get one unit out from Peffer Mill, which is going to be an ambulance, and they'll do this. And this is Gilmerton. Jesus Christ. Don't know why I didn't remember that. They're going to deploy from Gilmerton. So that's sorted. We've got a parachuting accident. Let's deal with that one first. So somebody has hit a roof in Edinburgh, not looking very good. So most of my resources are well deployed, which is quite interesting. So we'll get police out to do this. We'll get ambulance and this. So we'll do this just temporarily. So we're probably going to have the remnants of Tollcross, which is going to be KO7A1 is going to be required. We also need pumps. So Tollcross is deployed. So I think we're going to need KO6 P1. It's going to be Liberton, I think. No. What the hell's KO6? I've completely forgotten about a damn station. Oh, Sight Hill, of course it is. Right, yeah, so we've got 2 pumps at Sight Hill, which will turn out, and we'll get 1 pump from Liberton, which is KO5 P1, so we'll get those guys out. And we also need another officer, so KO7 is deployed, L4 is, but KO2 is available, so we'll deploy KO2. So that's McDonald's Road Area Commander, as opposed to OKO7, who is the group manager for Edinburgh, who's already out on a shout. So, right, okay, so that's done. So there's now enough units heading towards a parachuting accident, which is fine. There's a motorbike crash in back garden. So that's probably going to police, given that they shouldn't be there. It's going to need an ambulance. Nearest unit's probably going to have to be KO1, because KO2... Oh no, have we not deployed KO? Oh no, they've returned. Oh well, that's convenient. So we'll do KO2 P1. So first away pump is gone. Sorted. Fine. Done. Done and dusted. Okay, one more call. We've got a breach... Oh no, concussion. Where's the breach of the peace? Can't remember. Got concussion, so we'll get an ambulance out from Peffer Mill. That's fine. Done and dusted. There we go. So we had a breach of the peace, which is going to involve units from the various police stations out west. We'll get 1 car out to deal with that, and then we can have more if needed. And I don't think there's any outstanding significant calls. So let's now focus on some of the minor calls, and then we'll do the ones in German. So the ones in German are going to be more serious, but I don't know what they are, and it's going to take more time. Actually, hang on. This spinal injury has just informed us that they're a requirement of the air ambulance. So let's mobilize the closest air ambulance, which is probably going to be... let's just let it decide. It'll either be... Yeah, so it's going to be the Scottish Charity Air Ambulance. It was either that one or it was going to be the one through in Glasgow, but I suppose Perth is a bit closer. So we've got an uncontrollable nosebleed. That's not a major emergency, so what I'll do is I'll just send a... I've got ALS and BLS because they're easiest to understand. In Scotland, we've actually got emergency ambulances, and they're called UT, Urgent Tier Ambulances. They're basically vehicles that don't have as much life-saving equipment, but they can still respond to medical emergencies. They're basically PTSs, Patient Transport Services, that can respond to calls if and when required. So we'll let them respond to a call. That's fine. Helpless person has been phoned in to the police, so we'll get the nearest police and ambulances to attend. So that's fine. We've got a broken down vehicle on the bypass. Not an emergency, but it's on the city bypass, so we'll respond actually what we'll do, if we go to Dalkeith Police Station, which is Dalkeith, we should have a road, or is it already deployed? It's already deployed, never mind. So let's just, grab police. So they'll come supervise the scene while that's happening. Hospital transports are the least urgent calls. We've got 1 trespassing incident ongoing. So let's get the police out to that in a hurry. Not necessarily a housebreaking, but just trespassing on private property where you shouldn't be, so that's fine. And the rest of it is just hospital. Oh no, we've got ourselves a traffic operation. So we'll grab some units for that. We've got heart arrhythmia. Well, Dalkeith Road, that's just come in. So we've responded basically the ambulances and a doctor, and they're going to deploy out to that. Fine, sorted. So they're all on the go. We've got the hospital transports. These are the last ones to do. So let's just quickly tank them all on a oneer. They're quite easy to do. So it's going to be BLS. Yeah, so we'll just BLS our way through everything. Because there's enough BLSs to go around. Wait, what? I didn't mean to do this. BLS and ALS it's going to have to be because we've ran out of BLSs, which is fine. I think we're probably going to be okay in terms of personnel for the moment. So everybody is en route to various emergencies. So now let's have an examination of what we've got in terms of calls that aren't here. So acute something something something, I don't know, let's send an ambulance. It's medical. You are more than 2 calls, but I'm just going to send 2 pumps anyway because I can't remember what you are. You've got a person stuck in a lift. So we'll grab a couple of pumps and ambulance just to make sure that they're there. Somebody is stolen items from a basement. Somebody's in a lift, which is going to involve a couple of pumps, a height appliance, usually an officer to supervise, and they're usually quite seriously injured, hence why they're trapped, so we'll send an ambulance and a rapid response vehicle. Sometimes this will require a rope rescue, but we will just wait and see. So let's move on to the next call. Concussion is in progress, that's fine. This is a crash. We'll send the police in an initial thing, they can do that. We'll send a few police to this because it's a violent person. Spinal injury, yeah, the helmet is en route, which is fine. Uncontrollable nosebleed is fine. Don't know what you are, so we'll send an ambulance. This is a problem because I don't speak German. All you can really do is kind of like, I can translate them in slow time, but obviously it's quite boring for you guys for me to just sit here and translate them. Broken down vehicles en route, that's fine, that's fine. We'll have to deal with that in a bit. Fire, we'll send a couple of pumps to deal with. Okay, we'll deal with that when it returns to attention. So there's a riot and a disco. Maybe send an ambulance to that to stand by as well. So we've sent the TSG, which is a tactical support group, and a few police cars as well, and an ambulance to come deal with who's there. This is a wound in the schnitt, whatever that is. Nose wound? I don't know. Oh, this spinal injury also requires an air ambulance from Newbridge, so we'll deploy the next available air ambulance, which is going to be from, Glasgow Prestwick. Okay, fine, sure, whatever. Rapid response paramedics responding to the spinal injury, the skull injury rather, so that's all fine and good. Another person stuck in a lift, seems to be a good day for that. Let's get an ambulance and a rapid response vehicle. I'm going to go do that. Trespassing is in progress. Fall from a height also requires the air ambulance. I think that's the limit of my air ambulances. Yep, it is indeed. You've got a speaking wish, as it's called. We'll deal with that in a bit. We've only got 4 calls left. Here we go. Carport brands, usually 2. Don't actually know what it is. Theft from a car. That one's fine. Ooh. Are you not? Okay, yeah, these are already on the way, so that's fine. That's not a problem. Right. Okay, everything's sorted. So we've now got a couple of ambulances requesting at us to go to hospital. Oh yeah, by the way, so I've changed the layout of this using the premium skins because I've got some premium stuff. So these layouts are not premium, but it's not in the little box thing anymore, which is quite nice. It frees up the map a lot more, which is pretty cool. The dark skin livery, I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, is part of the premium package. And I've got the hiccups. What a terrible time for that to happen. Delightful. Right, so all the units are now responding, as you can see by the various kind of icons that are flashing and unflashing themselves. We've got 3 ambulances and 1 police car that are requesting permission to take people to various places. So let's have a look at this. So the nearest specialist hospital for cars, so that would be the Royal Infirmary. I don't have the right module installed, but we're going to go there as if we did. So the next one is for trauma surgery, so they're going to go to the Royal Infirmary, which is the closest hospital with their unit. And neurology, probably send them to the Western. I think that's the neurology place. We've also got a prisoner who's going to go to, they're from Liberton. We don't have any cells in Liberton. Let's send them up to Craig Miller. Sure, why not? Cool, sorted. So everybody's on the way, and we've actually got attention from here. So what is the attention? So urine requirement of a height appliance. So tow cross height appliance has been deployed, or has it returned? Actually, let's have a look. KO7A1 has deployed, so actually we're going to turn out that, and that'll be that. Excellent, awesome. Well, and there goes tactical support group. Fantastic. Yeah, okay, you can just see tow crosses just starting to make their way back. Yeah, so tow cross is starting to make its way back, and the height appliance has received its call. Not to return to base, but to go elsewhere. So that's fine and dandy. Let's take a zoom out. Is anything else at attention? No. No, it's not. Let's have a quick scan. Cool. Everything is in the process of being... Oh no, hang on. So, where is this? Train depot fire. That would probably be something I should probably send more units to. So let's address this in a hurry. So we've got one police vehicle required, and a reasonably big response is required. So let me rub my eyes and crack the fuck on. Okay, I need 4 appliances. So this is right in the middle of the divide between Midlothian and Edinburgh. So we're going to ask for Juliet 01, which is Dalkeith. What's the alphabet? Where's Juliet? Here we go, right. Juliet, oh no, it's deployed. Okay, so instead we'll get Juliet 02, which is Musselburgh. So we'll have them mobilized. Is Juliet 04, is Kilo 04 available? It is not. So who have we got? So we'll turn out KO2 P2. P3 doesn't exist, so I'll need to try and get rid of that at some point or other. We'll grab P1 from Crew Toll, which is the closest. Who else have we got? KO5. This is a tricky. KO3 is available actually, so we'll get those. So this is now, how many pumps is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, these guys are apparently close. Okay, let's revoke these. We'll get Sighthill and Liberton, because they're apparently actually reasonably close. So we'll mobilize them, which we'll do just now. So that's the police and those two. We need 2 height appliances from somewhere. So Kilo 02 Alpha 1 is the hydraulic platform at McDonald Road. I was about to say Crew Road, and also there's one at Crew Toll as well, which is apparently already deployed. Fantastic. So where is the nearest other height appliance? KO7A1 is deployed. There's none in the south of the city, so that means we're going to have to look west. So we're probably going to have to look at Falkirk, which is L04 Alpha 1, which is deployed. Fantastic. Let's look north. Oh bugger, this is going to take me forever. Let's just get a second height appliance from wherever the nearest one is available. We've got 2 BA vans required, which I can't remember what the symbol are, so I'm just going to keep using these. We need an officer. Actually, this is we've got a significant amount of resources going, so we're going to go to Liberton, which is K05, and we're going to deploy the command unit, which is Charlie 1. We're going to deploy the dim unit from McDonald Road, which is KO2H. Where's H? H1, so that's the dim unit that's going to be deployed. And we need the environmental protection unit, so that's going to be Crew Toll, but I don't, yeah, okay, KO1N, here we go, right. So that's going to be that. So that unit is now fully responded to. Everyone is going to make their way there. Huzzah! We've got an attention on the motorbike crash, which is a new motorbike crash. That's going to be the police. We're going to send the nearest available ambulance. And it's EH16, so let's just do the nearest available pump, because I don't know who's where at the moment. Fine. We've got another thing with this motorbike crash, so it's ready to take its patient to hospital, so it's going to go to straight to the Royal Infirmary for the trauma centre. Fine. Fine and dandy. Hospital transport's marked as attention. We've got BLS available, so let's use it. And that, I think, is everybody responded to. Yeah, okay, so here's the ALP responding. I'm going to take a drink because my voice is struggling. Delightful. Right. So we've got units going everywhere. So the hello, go away. No, 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 no. Start off. I don't want people seeing what's where. Um. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Aha! We've got somebody going to the cells, so they'll get taken up to St. Leonard's Police Station, which is fine and dandy. Sorted. We apparently have a call that needs attention, but I don't see where it is. Is this one? So the fire in the family house requires a height appliance, and I don't know where the nearest height... Oh no, there's not a height appliance available. So what we're going to do is we're going to deploy the nearest available height appliance, which is going to be this one. So basically, after it's finished attending its call, it is going to deploy up to here, which is pretty cool. Have we got the ARP in this yet? No, we don't. Do we have an aerial rescue pump in anything yet? Other than Site Hill, which is going to be going. Environmental... Huh. I generally don't think we do. Motherwell... Ah, okay, yeah, we've got an ARP. So one of the cool things that you can do now, and I've never done this before, so forgive me if I make a fool of myself here, right? But there's a thing when you edit this. So as you can see, this is an LF20. So the way I have to do it at the moment, and the easiest way to show you, there is in Lichtenspiel, unlike Mission Chief, which has what's called a Quint, which is the American name for an aerial rescue pump, because there's 5 things it can do. So normally we have our in the UK, our typical pumps are they have water on board, they have a pump on board, they have short ladders on board, and they have rescue equipment on board. So you see some people do, pump WRL, which is, it basically is pump, and then it's the abbreviation of the rest of the things. The Quint, the reason it's called that is because it adds height as well, so it's a 5th thing, which is the reason for that. So there is no Quint in the German version yet, which is quite annoying. So what I have to do is I have to split it off into 2 sections, which is why you've got ARP-R and ARP-P. So basically this is ARP pump, which is the pump component of the ARP, and R, which is the height component. So if I was doing this properly, which I've not been doing it because of the problem with some of the German words, I would be deploying these as one vehicle, because in reality they are one unit. So what Lichtenspiel have done is they've added a way to do this, kind of. So at the moment, basically the way it works is this one is what's called an LF, which is a German word for a standard fire engine, that we would just call a pump. It's an abbreviation for something. I can't remember what it is. German words are long, confusing, and scary. Whereas this is a DLK-33, which is the German equivalent of a turntable ladder. And so in unison you have to do that. And the problem is so the reason why, as you can see from the status, this one is in station and this one is deploying to an incident. And that's basically because when I ask for a height appliance, despite the fact that there's multiple different kinds of height appliances, it doesn't have the sense to kind of pick them apart until now. So what you can do is, if I go into this unit, which is here, and I now go to edit the vehicle, there is this option here, which allows me. I don't know what this is. I don't read German, but this option here, allows me to actually decide what kind of unit it is. So if I go back to this menu here, you can see it's a DLK 23. Oh god, 23 meters. Okay, interesting, curious. Whereas if I go here, I can now actually change it. So let's do. I'm free to change it whenever. So we'll do aerial rescue pump, and we'll do -H for the height. So this is the height component of the ARP. So we'll do this. Boop. Okay, so that lets you. Okay. That's interesting. So it lets you pick what one you want it to be, which is interesting. But I don't really want to, so let's just close this. So I've never actually used this system before, which is why I was saying this. So I've which is why I was saying I'm not really too sure how it's going to go. So if we do HRP. Do you know what it is? I clicked the wrong button. That's not save at all. So I want to use these ones, which is fine. So if I do save, fine. Yeah, so now it's the height component of the aerial rescue pump. So now when I click on for a height appliance, it won't work. What I'll need to do is I'll need to go into the alarm and response regulations. Is this the right one? I bet you it's not. Oh yes, yeah. So where I've got height appliance, I would need to create another one, which is here, and I would need to fill in all the information. And when I go for vehicle, I've now somewhere at the bottom I should have. There should somewhere be. Here we go. Right. Okay. Yeah. So you use this option. Yeah. Here we go. So this option is where they are. So I can now add a new group which has got the ARPH and the ARPP components, which means they won't be turned out unless I click on the ARP thing. So it's a much more. It doesn't give me the opportunity to combine the units as I would really love to do into one, but it does give me the opportunity to at least use it realistically, which at the moment I've not done. It's going to take me ages to sort everything, but I could really do it to get back into Mission Chief properly. I still play it off and on, but I mean you just don't pay it that much attention while when you're not doing these kind of recordings. So anyway, we've had a breakout, which God, I bet you 999 operators really wish they could do that from time to time, but unfortunately they really can't. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to address this thing. So none of the major incidents are calling for a... Oh no, that's alright, total lie. So they've requested a doctor on scene, so we're going to be more than happy to oblige. They're in the middle of Edinburgh, so that's probably going to be one from Peffermill, and I was correct. I keep calling them doctors. It's, you know, we've kind of got rapid response paramedics for this kind of thing, which is where it comes from. We've got 2 ambulances requesting permission to take people to hospital, so let's have a bash at that one. Suppressing patterns is probably going to be Borders General if it can be. Oh no, Jesus, I forget my geography. God, I'm really bad at this. I don't know why people watch this channel. So let's take them to the Royal Infirmary. And we've got another call, which is Gal Shields, and it's not got this, so we'll take them to Borders General for the moment. We can transfer them at a later time. Fine and dandy. So we've got 3 calls and 1 hospital transfer that require attention. So let's look at them in order. We've got this person who is in requirement of a doctor. So we'll deploy a specialist out to them. Once again, I keep calling them doctors, or they're typically not doctors. Carport brand. I still don't actually know what this is. Google Translate. Let's just keep this up. Let's get it off Russian and put it to German. Let's get it off Spanish and put it to English. Carport brand. Amazing! Have I spelled that right? Or is it Brandt? Carport Brandt. No, I was right. Okay. Unfortunate. Let's try it without the fire. Okay, well that's helpful. I suppose the easiest way to do it. Carport brand. Usually, like, because German actually, as it turns out, is quite hard to translate. Usually the easiest thing to do is just to put it into Google and see what this. So it's a car park fire. It's a car park fire. That's what it is. So what we're going to do, they're in requirement of an officer and a height appliance. There is now a height appliance available, and there is now an officer available. So we will deploy those to those incidents, which is fine. So they're going to come out and deal with that as soon as possible. A Gasgeruch, which is a gas leak. That requires our immediate attention. We're going to summon the police. We're going to summon an ambulance. Where is it? It's in Bowness. So we're going to deploy these units at the moment, and I'm desperately going to try and remember what Bowness's fire station is called. It's L01. So we've got L01, L01, L20, and L04 are the units that are going to hopefully respond to this. Right, so L01, P1, mobilize. L0. Crap, what did I say? Yeah, L0. No, L02 is this. So it's L020 is the one I was looking for. L20, rather. Which is not on this board. Fan-freaking-tastic. So let's maybe not use the board for the moment, just because of that. So we need 3 pumps. We've got 1 established, so we'll do 1, 2. We've got an officer coming. There's a chance we might need a DIM, which is a detection, investigation, and monitoring unit, just to make sure that the gas leak is easily traced. So we'll mobilize all of those from various places. And good God, I need to get on top of where this thing is. This one is ready to get transferred away. So we'll transfer this to the Royal Infirmary. Fine, that is now going to happen. We also have a hospital transport from Little France. We're going to use the next available BLS vehicle. Fine, sorted. Woo! Ideal. Ideal indeed. Okay, so everything is now progressing. So we've got several en routes and we've got several on scenes, which are fine. Hopefully these units are going to clear themselves up and sod the hell off. Woo! Oh, good grief. There's always a risk that these videos can go on for ages, because the thing is, if you wait for every single incident that I've started to be dealt with, you know, you're gonna be here for a while, and not everyone wants to see that. So it's just kind of a case of, like, seeing how far it is until I drop. This ambulance is from Perthmillan. It needs to go to Edinburgh Royal, which is fine. Fine. Sorted. Dandy. Cool. Amazing. So yeah, so we've successfully reined in all the incidents. The number of incidences are going down. It isn't actually paused. There is more incidents coming in. I just put it to 1 every 10 minutes or so. I was still wondering if there's like a random option, but alas, there is not. Fine. Cool. Cool. Sorted. Okay, so everything's progressing quite nicely. Oh, we've got 1 outstanding call that's just come in. So there's a person stuck in the crane and they need heavy rescue to get them out. The nearest heavy rescue unit is probably something I can't remember. So we're just going to deploy the nearest available unit to that. Oh, which is apparently Bathgate. Okay, cool. Excellent. Amazing. Fine. So that's going to happen. I'm probably going to call this an end to the video here. So this is the Christmas special content for myself. I'm going to start trying to get back into doing YouTube work. I have 1 more video to show you. I don't really know how much, how interesting it's going to be to everyone. So for anyone who happens to zone off, hope you're enjoying your Christmas day and that you have a very good New Year when it comes around. I've still not decided if I'm going to do any New Year special content, but hell, you can check this channel on New Year's Day and see if there happens to be anything, and if not, then meh, whatever. For those of you who are going to stick around for the final video, I guess I will see you shortly.